Fuck Craig.
A piece of shit, dude.
Fuck.
You know what's funny, dude? They can't hear Craig ever. They don't hear that.
Yeah, so we're just saying fuck you, and they don't even know.
They don't even know what the fuck's going on. Anyway, all right. This is the week 18 results of the Huge Sack podcast. Season finale week. I think today we're just going to kind of run down. We're going to do Lance's Corner. He's going to run through each game, and then we're going to kind of highlight a couple key points for this last week in football leading into playoffs. And then we are going to dive into the wild card games.
Wild card weekend.
Exactly. A little more aggressive than we would have dove into future games in the past. So, what a crazy sentence. Anyway, I think with that, sorry. I'm here with Luke and Lance. Say something, boys.
Something, boys.
Hello, everybody.
Why you gotta be like that, Luke?
Yeah,
You like
just do what it is.
12? You just 12, you're 12 years old?
The oldest one here.
Yeah, I know. That's right. Got a good childish soul. All right, I'm gonna swing it over to Lance. Lance, give us a rundown of last week of football, last regular season games.
All right. So kicked off the game Saturday. Kansas City, they were not playing the Las Vegas Raiders. They're playing with the Las Vegas Raiders. They get the big one there, lock in the number 1 seed in the AFC. Head down to Duval for the AFC South Championship. Jaguars get it done with the help of their defense, take down the Titans. Head on over to Cincinnati. Cincinnati clinched. Well, they were given the division, but they pretty much locked it up. No stupid coin toss here. Cincinnati gets the win over Baltimore. Pittsburgh beats Cleveland. Who cares? I guess Pittsburgh was playing for a wild card spot, but still, who cares? Minnesota gets it done in Chicago, hoping for a Niners loss to get that 2nd seed back. Buffalo gets it done against New England. They lock in the number 2 seed. Lots of field goals in Miami, boys, but Miami gets it done. They beat the Jets, so they get that last wild card seed with the Patriots losing. Tampa Bay and Atlanta. Tom Brady, I think, played 1 quarter, so Atlanta took care of business, steamrolled the Bucks. Carolina and New Orleans, pretty boring game, 10-7. Carolina gets the dub. Hail Mary in Indianapolis. Houston Texans beat the Colts, lose the number 1 pick. Chicago gets that pick now. San Francisco takes care of Arizona. Washington rolls over Dallas. Bad look for the Cowboys heading into the playoffs, but Washington Commanders is your winner there. Seattle gets the win in overtime, so they're holding on hope for Sunday Night Football. Seattle gets the dub in overtime over the Rams. Philly, Jalen Hurts in his return gets it done. They get the number 1 seed in the NFC, beat the New York Giants. My Denver Broncos are just giving me a glimmer of hope for next year. They beat the Chargers at home. And then Sunday Night Football, Aaron Rodgers, Jared Goff, Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers. It was a win and in for the Packers, but the Lions, they spoiled the party. The Lions is your winner in Lambeau. And with that, Seattle gets the last seed in the NFC. All right, we're going to kick it back to Phil, and we're going to discuss a few takeaways from this week.
Yeah. That was really good, Lance. Thanks for running down each game really quick. There's a couple games that I want to highlight, and maybe it's more team based. I'm not gonna focus on things that I feel should have happened. So maybe if you guys have some that I don't mention, let me know. But like, Jags are in, right?
Jags are in.
Jags made it, and I think Trevor Lawrence looked like fucking shit. and their defense won this game against the Titans. They are not going to do good in playoffs.
You didn't have a great game. I think people are kind of sleeping on the Titans defense all year. I think they actually have a really good defense, and that's why he struggled. They're
It's a
playing the
wide open
Chargers.
receiver in the end zone for like 5 yards.
That is true. He did miss him.
Yikes. You got to see
Oh,
stuff like, well, he even
dude,
saw it. He just missed the throw, man.
even though Trevor Lawrence still, I mean, he's played in the national championship 2 years at Clemson. It's still probably a different scenario when you're in the NFL and you're playing for a division championship. Maybe the moment was a little big for him. That could have been a factor too. So yeah, we'll see how he fares in the playoffs.
A couple other ones that I want to mention. The Bucks. I don't know if I super want. Okay, so this is a wash game, right? They played their starters for like a quarter, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. I fucking hate that Tom Brady's in playoffs again.
Yeah, me too.
And they play the Cowboys. Now this is going to transition right down to the Cowboys. I don't trust either of these teams to win this game, right? So in my opinion, this is like the Cowboys. They stunk.
Yeah,
And
it was bad.
And the Bucks have all year stunk. So I guess I'm kind of like, these are at this point. I feel like personally that they don't honestly deserve the hype that the Cowboys, as far as they don't deserve the hype anymore. And Tom Brady in playoffs, man. So I'm just frustrated with how Tom Brady ended up in playoffs, and the Cowboys are our hope to kick him out, and that's what's gonna happen. Anyway, Niners did what they needed to. I think the only one that I want to touch on past this is that Sunday night game, but I need Luke to chime in for a little bit. You want to tell us what happened there, Luke?
It was kind of, for what I could tell, it was kind of what Lance was dealing with his Broncos most of the time. Didn't get a whole lot of offensive productivity from the Packers, and I mean I kind of wrote the Packers off pretty early this year, and I even brought it up when they started winning. I think they were providing false hope. And I mean, it is disappointing. Would have been nice to see them get in, but kind of is what it is. If they did get in, I think they would have gotten their asses kicked by the 49ers anyway. So I don't know. They just would have had one more week. I don't think the Packers have beaten the Niners in playoffs quite some time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I got to throw out a quick stat at you guys, and then I need an opinion on the situation that the Packers have and Aaron Rodgers. Okay. I think the Packers have less of a situation than Aaron Rodgers does. So Aaron Rodgers was incredibly good around, when was that? Like 2010, 2011?
That's when they won the Super Bowl.
So I respect that. I think that at the time he was an incredible quarterback, very young for winning the Super Bowl too, wasn't he? Like in the league. How long was?
I don't. 2010 is now, well, because it was a 2011 Super Bowl, so that would have been 12
25?
years ago. 20, 26, 27, I think he would have been.
Well, regardless, around that time, everybody was talking about how this guy was just like they talk about Patrick Mahomes now, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now let me throw this out at you, okay? In 2020 season, they lost their conference game to Tampa Bay, right? For
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers' fourth quarter, he played like shit. In the fourth quarter of the 2021 divisional game against San Francisco, Aaron Rodgers played like shit in the fourth quarter. And against Detroit on Sunday night, he played like shit in the fourth quarter. What do you think? What do you think is going on? Do you guys truly believe that Aaron Rodgers is that guy? I need you to answer honestly. I don't. I lost a ton of respect for him this season, and people can change, and I respected him a lot when he was younger, and I don't think he's it. I need your opinion.
So you're just judging him off of this season?
No. I'm saying that the last like 3 seasons they've lost. Yeah, they made playoffs, whatever,
Well,
but they
I
lost.
mean, they could have beat Tampa 2 years ago in the NFC Championship, but LaFleur decided to kick the field goal, and they're going to take their chances on stopping Tampa. But Aaron Rodgers wanted to go for it on the goal line.
Okay, but that's fine. But we didn't get to see that. That's it. I just don't have the respect I had for him before, and I need you guys to explain to me why everybody praises him like they do.
Have you seen him throw a football?
Is that it? That's all you're gonna tell me?
I mean, he's a wizard in the pocket. He finds open guys. I think he's as dynamic as Mahomes. Yeah, Mahomes is having a better record than him right now, but
Okay, like
Mahomes has always had if you put Aaron Rodgers on any of those Kansas City teams that Mahomes is doing, do you think he would have Super Bowls with those teams?
yeah. But back up a second. That is not fair because as you can see with what's happening in San Francisco, it seems like you can kind of just plug in a fucking quarterback to that team because they're built for it and they're going to go and win games. So you
Because
could say that
because they have a GM that builds it around their core players. I think that's a fault on the Green Bay Packers GM is he doesn't get Rodgers an offensive line. He doesn't get him good receivers. He doesn't get him good running backs till now.
I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of teams that are like that don't build like that. And that's what the fans are always complaining about, right? That's besides the point. What I'm getting at is that I feel like Aaron Rodgers has made poor decisions in the fourth quarter of playoff games. Essentially, I'm including he was in the they were playing a playoff game on Sunday night, and he chokes, and nobody talks about it ever. That's 3 years in a row that he's putting up bad stats in the fourth quarter. Luke, you got anything?
Well, I mean, I brought it up a little bit that the Packers really don't seem like they're an attitude type team, and I think Aaron Rodgers is the personality on the team now, and I've said it this year. I've talked about it before. I don't really care for the attitude that he puts off. Um, I think he was the best quarterback in the league. I mean, you can definitely tell age is starting to catch up with him. Uh,
I'm not saying anything bad about his regular season. I feel like in playoffs he is not, which seems to be a burden of fucking Kirk Cousins. He can't win primetime games, so why don't we talk about? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. Because they won that Super Bowl, and then didn't they go like 15-2
15,
the next
15 and
season?
1.
15-1.
Yep.
That's
60
only.
games.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, 50. They went 15-1 the next season, but then got kicked out. Technically, the second round of the playoffs because they would have had the first round bye.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I do remember. I think that one they were trying to use some excuse that somebody close to the team had just passed away. Which I mean, shit happens. But and then ever since then, all I can remember is just keep on losing to the 49ers in the playoffs. And I don't really know.
Seemed like
They
okay. I think I'm looking at this as more of like okay, first half of his year or first half of his career and second half of his career. And I feel like the decline is very noticeable and people just aren't noticing it.
I think I'm gonna add too. Some of those runs, like when they did get beat by the Niners, and it was a bad one. I think it was like 2019, the 2019 season or something like that. And then when they went to Atlanta, and Atlanta made the Super Bowl, I think we need to commemorate Rodgers a little bit that both of those Packer teams should not have been in the NFC Championship.
I'm with
And
you
I
on
think
that.
he got him there, and it just caught up that they're playing better teams than him.
I'm with that. I didn't want to dive in that much on that. I just wanted to. It's bugging me, and
I
that's
just
why.
I think Rodgers to an extent is kind of just he's getting tired for one. The age I think is catching up. It's
Yeah.
hard to play a full 4 quarters. But then at the same time, when he's on the sideline and he got like in this most recent game, he got them into the lead going into the fourth quarter. But then he sees that the defense can't stop anything either. So then it's tries to get put all on him, and it like he's done it in the past, but I don't know if it's age and he's getting too tired or tries to do too much. It's just not working out like he used to.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have been bugged by the praise that he gets still, and it's kind of like, and I get it. He had a great career, and I can't take that away. Nobody can take that away from him. But it kind of seems like this is like they were sending him off, and they just lost. Everybody was like, "Oh, what a career!" What and like, first of all, he might even play next year. We don't know.
We don't, as far as I know, I haven't
Oh.
heard anything.
So I don't know. It seemed like they were like, "Oh, like they're giving him all this talk, the whole like all these." Anyway, I didn't get it. Do you guys have anything you want to talk about past what we talked about from week 18? Is there anything else?
Um, there was there. I mean, I guess.
Seattle. I mean, Seattle clutched up in overtime. Big win. We'll talk
Well,
about
not something with Tom Brady. I guess it's because they are the playoff team. I understand that they sat their starters, but I think I saw something that this is Tom Brady's first losing season since he became a starter. So that's something. And then tried to get into the playoffs, but didn't quite get it. Good for Mike Tomlin on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ever since he became head coach, he has never had a losing season.
Yep.
I'm with it. That's big money. All right. I think we can hop right over into the wild card games, start talking about those. I think that we should do our picks first, and then we will reverse back to discussing the games. How does that sound, guys?
Sure.
Okay. Lance, do you want to give us a quick rundown of scores, and then we can hop right into the games?
Yep. Oh, Luke is still sitting at top dog at 175. Phil got a game on him last week, so he's at 174, just 1 point back. And the last week did not go as Lance thought, so I'm even further down now. I'm at 161.
That's all right. That's all right. You can make some leverage here.
We're coming back.
Yep. Okay, so how do we decide we're gonna do this? We're gonna do 1 point if you guess the correct team, right? And then we're also gonna do scores. And if you guess the correct score, you get 5 points, right?
Has to be the exact score.
The exact score. And whoever was the closest, if nobody guesses it, gets 1 point, or what was it? 3 points?
One, I think we said.
Okay.
Yeah, just
The
one.
closest person gets 1 point. And you can't guess each other's scores because we go in the order. So we're gonna go in reverse order for scores. Oh shit! How are we? So we're gonna run down. We're gonna do teams, and then we're gonna do scores afterwards. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Because we have to go in a different order. So first, we're gonna start with Luke, and then I'll go, and then Lance will go. And let's just pick who's gonna win. Luke, go ahead. Seattle is Seattle at the 49ers.
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 Chargers at Jaguars. Is that right?
Yeah.
Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with Chargers.
Dolphins at Bills.
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 Giants at Vikings.
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 Ravens at Bengals.
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 Cowboys at Bucks.
Bucks.
Bucks. I hate that I just did that.
You know, I'm gonna
You
put a
better do
little.
this
I'm
one.
gonna put a little faith in the Cowboy star, Dallas.
Okay. So now we're gonna go back in reverse order. Lance is gonna tell us what he thinks the score is first, and then I'll say, and then Luke will say. So Lance, what is the score of the Seahawks 49ers game?
Seahawks, Niners. Last time they played, I think it ended up 27-13. I'm gonna go a little bit closer. 49ers 28, Seahawks 20.
I'm gonna go Seahawks 24, 49ers 27.
I will go Seahawks 17, 49ers 30.
Chargers, Jags, Lance.
All right. Hmm. Let's go 27-16 Chargers.
I'm gonna go 21-13 Jags.
I'm gonna go 24-14 Jags.
All right, Dolphins, Bills, Lance.
All right. Give me 35-10 Bills.
Swear, dude, I was thinking that in my head while he said it.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, I'll go 34. 34-16.
Um, 28 to 16 Bills.
I was really hoping you were gonna do 28-3. Shout out Falcons.
Giants and Vikings, Lance.
Okay. Mine's gonna be a little bit of a different score. If you want me to explain it afterwards, I can go ahead and do that for you. Vikings 22, Giants 17.
I'm going to go Vikings 20. Vikings 24. Giants 12.
Vikings 21. Giants 20.
Ooh, 1 point.
Lance, can you explain that real quick?
All right, yeah. So I don't know if my creative mind just needs to take a little bit of a break or what's going on, but I'm just kind of envisioning, a 17-16 late fourth quarter. Giants are up. Vikings need a touchdown, get it. And then there's still enough time left for the Giants to maybe come back. So they're going to go for a 2-point conversion, try to get that 24-17. And they're going to have a failed 2-point conversion. So they're going to be stuck at 22.
Who'd you have 22?
Vikings.
Yeah, you're Vikings.
So it's
Oh,
going to be, yeah. So they're going to get the 6. And then,
gotcha. Okay.
yeah.
I'm with it.
Eh.
Ravens at.
Well, hold on, Phil. I am just surprised that you didn't put your Vikings into a one-score game.
I don't think playoffs is going to roll like that, my guy. Maybe that's a shot in the dark, but I'm hopeful.
It won't
Anyway,
be a 1-score game when they play the Niners second round.
it might be. They'll probably lose it, but it might be a one-score game. I don't know. Ravens and Bengals, Lance.
Yeah. Even if Lamar comes back, I'm still thinking like 34-13 Bengals.
37-21 Bengals.
30-10 Bengals.
Cowboys at Bucks, Lance.
Yeah. And we might be I don't know, maybe we'll get surprised by this one. We're gonna do 31-28 Dallas.
I think I'm gonna go. Boy. Let's try like 20. Yeah. 20-13 13 Bucks.
$35-30.
All right. So we got all of our picks and all of our scores in, right?
That we did.
All right. Let's dive into each of these games, kind of give our opinions and what we think is going to happen here. So let's start with Seattle and San Francisco. I think we all picked the 49ers to win this game.
Yeah.
That's
Now, one thing to consider is this is a divisional game.
Yep.
the Niners have beaten everybody on the West Coast this year.
Okay. Pete Carroll knows how to win in playoffs for the most part.
Let's just play teams tough.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that I put them in a one-score game. Is that correct, Lance?
Yeah. I did
And-
too.
Okay. I think it's going to be competitive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that the Seahawks will be able to withstand, but I think it'll be competitive. Gino's got some moves, man. I'll tell you what. He's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll try to keep up in points, but I think just Niners defense is just gonna get it done and handle them so they can't keep up with the Niners offense.
Luke?
But no, this one will be an interesting game. That's for sure. It'll be tight.
Yep. Luke, you got anything?
No, I mean, I can see that it could be competitive, and Pete Carroll knows how to play off. If they still have Mr. Irrelevant as the quarterback, he's brand new. He might get nervous, but that Niners team is just too complete. They, like we talked about, they can plug and play.
Mm-hmm.
Damn near play quarterback for them, and I think they'd still win.
Dude, no joke. You could almost plug in a random person. He could hand the ball off every time, and they could probably still win some games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just so many weapons. And now
Yep.
Debo's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Elijah Mitchell, he's their other running back.
Yeah. They kind of feel like, to me, what Tampa Bay was when they initially got Tom Brady. It just seemed like they had everybody they wanted.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how the 49ers feel this year. They're going to be tough to beat. Any of these teams in the NFC are going to have a hell of a time trying to get through them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, before we move on, I'll just point out all these games in this round, they're all rematches from this year. So that'll be interesting.
Yep. That's going to be very entertaining. Let's jump over to the Chargers and the Jags. I guess I picked the Jags in this one just because I don't super trust the Chargers. I don't know why. I have this like weird attitude towards the Chargers, but I just don't think they're they're that great. So
I
that's
don't
mostly
trust
what I have.
I don't trust them either, but they're just weirdly hot and cold at different times, and I think they'll just be feeling it. First playoff run, so might be juiced up a little bit, and Herbert just slings the pill and finds Keenan Allen, and Austin Eckler just runs the rock. I think they can take care of this Jags team.
Well, this is like the first time the Jags have been to the playoff almost ever, isn't it?
Well, at least since
Bortles.
their AFC championship run.
Yeah, they had the people's quarterback, Blake Bortles.
Hell yeah.
Nobody remembers that.
That was the same year as the Minneapolis Miracle.
I don't remember that.
We
What's
were
that?
so We were so close to a Nick Foles, Blake Bortles Super Bowl.
Can you imagine? Oh man, Lance, you were there with me during the Minneapolis Miracle.
That was.
That was wicked. Anyway, yeah, you guys got much else to say about these teams here? I don't super know
Uh,
much about either of these franchises, so I can't tell you.
The Jags
Much.
are just they're just real. They're young and up and coming, and
You
they'll
know
have
what?
their shots. The Chargers, I mean, they just have too talented of a roster. If they just do what they're supposed to do on offense, they should win this game. So, I but it's just a question as which Chargers team is going to show up.
Right.
That's all I.
Well, that's what you Chargers are hot and cold, and right now it seems like the Jags are pretty hot, and I don't know. I kind of think my opinion is that they just kind of keep that rolling.
I'm with Luke on that game. That's kind of how I feel. I don't trust the Chargers to warm up fast enough for playoffs. All right, let's swing down to the Dolphins-Bills game. What do you guys think about this game? I think that we all kind of agree the Bills are going to handle the Dolphins pretty easily on this one. I'm not too concerned about it.
Yeah, and I don't even know. I don't know who's going to be quarterback. They haven't cleared Tua yet. Even if it's Bridgewater or this Skylar Thompson that started for him on Sunday, I just think with everything that happened with DeMar Hamlin, I think it just gave Buffalo that extra fuel that they needed to close out the season, and I think they're going to come back even hotter for the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with that.
I just think the Dolphins made a run early this season at looking like a really good team, really fun to watch. But then they kind of petered out a little bit and just kind of barely made it in towards the end here. And the Bills have been a great team all year. So I don't.
Dolphins, yeah. Dolphins got super cold at probably the worst time possible.
I agree. All right. Let's jump over to the Giants and the Vikings game. I don't want to say anything about this. I'm nervous about our offensive line, but other than that, I think the Vikings should be able to win this game. That's all I'm going to say.
I think it's going to be close. Their earlier matchup. I think the Giants are just, I don't know, maybe scrappy is the right word. Like their defense, both sides of the ball are just very average, but somehow they can just get it to work. Some weeks.
Right.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does. Something else to consider is the Vikings do have Irv Smith Jr. back. So they can run, what's it called? 3 tight ends, 1 wide out. What is that? They can run a lot of weird formations now because they have Irv Smith and Hawkinson. So I think the Vikings have a lot of opportunities. They just can't fuck them up.
It'll just show is Kirk ready for a playoff run?
We'll see. I don't think it's about that anymore, to be honest. I don't think it's about Kirk. I think it's you got to hold the entire team accountable for every mistake because there's way too many pieces that got moved around before playoffs and new people coming in from injury, new people getting injured, and I just feel like if you are gonna win this game, It's not going to be because of a specific player. It's going to be because of a team effort, and I think that that's how they would lose the games as well.
And stop Saquon Barkley.
That's the main thing about this game is they got to stop that freaking run game. Luke, you got anything about this one?
I I guess I don't. They're at home, so they beat the Giants at home already this year. I think they can do it again because the Giants have kind of been streaky a little bit, kind of like we've talked about the Chargers. Um, Hopefully, I guess, for your Vikings' sake, they aren't looking too far ahead. They're looking just at the game right in front of them. Hopefully, they're not trying to prepare for the 49ers, say, because everybody probably thinks they're going to win. If they do get to that second round against the Niners, I don't think they get past them.
And next week if it happens.
Has Dalvin Cook kind of slowed down this
Dalvin
late?
Cook has been playing like shit this year.
Yeah, he's got to get her going.
I feel like he's got it in him still. Maybe he's just waiting for playoffs because he doesn't fucking care about his stats. I don't know, because Alexander Madison has been absolutely showing me that I would kind of prefer him in the game. Every time he grabs the ball, he's running with every ounce of his heart and soul. So I don't know, man. And that's a Boise guy, Lance.
Hey, let's go.
So I don't know. Yeah, Dalvin needs to get it going, and Jefferson needs to also continue what he was doing all year, except for against the Packers. And maybe we can see another week of football after this one. So
How, on a scale of 1 to 10, how worried are you that it's the afternoon game on Sunday?
that, I don't like it, but also like this would be huge for Kirk. Like you got to win this game. If you win this game, I'll shut up about that. And so will a lot of other people. I don't know, man. I think this game, honestly, is more important than that next game. If they would make it to the. And I don't know if we can super discredit or discount the fact that the Seahawks might win this game. We can't. We keep talking about these 49ers. These 49ers might come into this game thinking, oh, we got the easy Seahawks, no problem. They might do exactly what you were just saying, Luke. And they might have an issue with the Seahawks because Pete Carroll's got some nasty scheme that he hasn't showed ever, and he's gonna do something crazy. So we can't ignore that. The Seahawks might actually pull something out. I don't think it will happen, but it could happen. So we keep talking about these 49ers going to be in the second round. I think we got to wait until next week because a lot of bullshit can happen. We know that this season's been the weirdest fucking season we've seen in a long time, and I feel like we gotta wait to know. Even these Bills Dolphins game that could go wicked. Didn't the Raiders put up a fight against? Yeah, the Raiders almost beat the 49ers out of nowhere. So it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of a weird year. Anyway, we can jump down to the Ravens Bengals if you guys want to. I don't know what to say about this one either. Lance, tell us about Joey B.
Joey B is my favorite human being at the moment. Dude is just a stud. I mean, last year, who would have thought that the Bengals were going to be in the Super Bowl last year? I didn't.
Nobody.
So there's just
Dude,
something. What's that?
My boss is like a Bengals fan, and
Yeah.
when he made playoffs, I was like, "You nervous?" And he was like, "No, because anything after making playoffs is like sprinkles on top right now." And they made it to the Super Bowl. He got more sprinkles than he got cake.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But it's
continue.
just like Joe, we talked about it a few weeks back that I don't think Joe Burrow, he's shown already, he's not scared of the moment. He's not scared for playoffs. He's not scared for big games. Oh, Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen are better than you. Joe Burrow's not saying that. Saying I'm the best fucking quarterback in this league right now. So I just that on the other side, I mean the Ravens just I'm not a big Ravens fan to begin with. I'm not a big Lamar Jackson fan. Probably just some very biased reasons, but I'm just not and just haven't been impressed with them all year. With all that being said, the only thing that could maybe sway this game is they just played last week. So maybe the Ravens pick up on something, but let's be completely honest, they're not. Ravens are going to lose this one. Bengals just have it in them. They're ready to go. Baltimore just has, I think, too many question marks on the offensive side. Not many receivers to throw to. Running game is okay. Yeah, Lamar's a dynamic player, but I don't think he's enough to win a playoff game. Their defense is pretty good, so maybe that could keep the Bengals out of the end zone. But I think I'm just ready for Joe Burrow and his weapons to light it up on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I have little faith in this Ravens team. Regardless of what their record is and whatnot, they didn't seem like they were that impressive to me this year. Even Lamar didn't do anything crazy special. So
I was surprised they were 10-7, to be honest.
you're right. Every time I looked at their record, I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Luke, you got anything on this game?
I think the Ravens suck.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Well said.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's jump over to the Cowboys-Bucks game. I think I kind of talked about this one already a little bit. I think that I don't trust the Cowboys to beat Tom Brady in playoffs right now because of what they did last week. And that's kind of my only explanation. It's Tom Brady in playoffs and a kind of cold Cowboys team.
I wish I could go for the Cowboys because I've kind of been the one talking them up most of the year from what I've seen. But I'm with you, Phil. Tom Brady in the playoffs. I just saw a stat the other day. Tom Brady is 7-0 in his career. He has never lost to the Cowboys.
I saw that too. I was just about to bring that up, but yep.
And I really wish the Cowboys take this one. I hope I get this pick wrong. But
I'm with you, dude. I kind of hope I get it wrong too.
I mean, it's just a wait and see for us at least.
I think this is the biggest question mark of the whole weekend, right? Or is that
Probably, yeah. I would say so. You could probably throw the Vikings-Giants game in as well.
Yeah. If Dak just takes care of his weapons, I mean, Dallas should run away with this game. But
Should.
yeah.
That's tough.
But in a way, with Tampa Bay's weapons, they should almost run away with it too. But yeah,
It's a weird one.
And Dallas is just they've been just choking it up in the playoffs of late. A lot of question marks about Dak if he's the guy. Tom Brady, clutch.
Yeah. I don't know. That's kind of
There's just so much we could talk about this game, but like I said, it's just a big question mark. I have no idea what we're gonna see.
Exactly. Honestly, I think this little segment might go better next week when we have some visual of what happened in playoffs last week.
Yeah.
Because this is a whole different. This is like a whole different game that we're playing now.
Yeah.
So
So many players are making their postseason debut.
Well, and
yeah,
that I was going to say this a little bit earlier. Phil, you had brought up Justin Jefferson's got to kind of do his thing, other than what happened at like the Packers a couple weeks ago. But I was going to say for all of these young players, some of them first time in the playoffs and whatnot, all of them, every team, you need to keep your emotions in check. If Justin Jefferson does something stupid, like accidentally hit an official again and gets caught and he gets ejected, it's over.
cost the whole team. Yep, absolutely. And I don't think that we'll have an issue. Honestly, I'm happy that it happened against the Packers and didn't happen in playoffs, because in playoffs, I feel like there's a lot more emotion running around, and that I think translates to the reffing staff that's at that game. So I feel like in that circumstance, maybe that ref throws a flag and looks at the camera and sees who does it. Things like that could happen, and I feel like maybe there was a discussion about what happened. Obviously, it was televised and discussed by the announcers during that game when he hit the ref, and I can't imagine that he didn't have discussion with somebody about it afterwards. Or
I'm just using him as an
no,
example.
and that's a good
All of these,
example. Say that again.
and I'm just saying all of these young players, like
Yep.
it's great. Play with play with emotion, play with your whole heart and soul. But you are adults. You need to be professional. I know you're young adults. Some of them are that 21, 22 age, but be an adult. Don't throw little hissy fits. That's gonna get you in trouble. You might be the reason your team loses. Shit like that happens.
Somewhere where I would worry about that is, I guess, have these Giants made playoffs in a while? Has Barkley made a
Mm,
playoff run?
Nope.
Okay, he's one I would worry about. I If I'm gonna worry about someone on the Vikings team, it's not actually Jefferson. It's probably someone in our secondary, because our secondary is very young right now, aside from Patrick Peterson and Harrison Smith, which is half of our secondary, but you get what I'm saying. Um, I don't know. I'm not too worried about these quarterbacks, to be honest. I think Lawrence does fine. This would be what's his freaking
Yeah.
Giants quarterback? Daniel
Daniel.
Jones. This is his first one too, right?
Yep. It's
I'm not
Herbert's
worried.
first one.
Yeah, I'm not worried about these quarterbacks. The quarterbacks are going to do fine. They know that the spotlight's on them. It's the other players that I would worry about.
I agree.
Yep.
So, honestly, the older quarterbacks worry me more than these younger quarterbacks. Tom Brady and Dak Prescott and uh,
Well,
Tom Brady and
then
what's that?
Gino.
Yeah, and then it's
Tom.
Gino.
Yeah.
Those ones worry me more than these young quarterbacks, to be honest, as far as emotion goes. But anyway, are you guys good with this podcast for the week? I think we wrap it up, huh?
I think I'm good.
Yeah, we went like an hour. That's not normal, but hey, whatever. Last week of regular season. Anyway, that was our week 18 results and our wild card weekend preview. On the Huge Sack podcast. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends, tell people about us. Yeah. Lance, you want to You wanna? I guess we did Lance's corner already. Guys, say
Yep.
goodbye. I think we're good. Say goodbye. I'm gonna get Craig ready.
Brock Purdy, go show the world why the 49ers drafted you.
Thanks for stopping.
Nobody heard that. It was so leggy.
Thank you for stopping by, everybody.
Have a great wild card weekend, everybody.
Oh yeah, it's our podcast. We're in the playoffs.